I'm not threatening you. Say one more word, and that's 30 days. 30 days.
Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Sovereign Citizens Hall of Fame with your boy TP. Today, we are going to be jumping into our 25th compilation video. Before I run down the judges, I just want to say thank you guys for everything that you do. All of the comments, the sharing of the videos, whether that's the regular videos or the compilations. Those of you that are sending stuff, recommending stuff, I just want to say thank you. And I appreciate you. All of you that have donated through Buy Me a Coffee. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I want to say it one more time. Thank you, thank you, thank you, because it truly is much appreciated. With that being said, we're going to be in 3 judges' courtrooms today. And also, we're going to have some bonus footage for you, which is going to be a traffic stop at the end of these 3 proceedings. Now, let me give you this rundown. The first courtroom that we're going to be in is Judge Andrew Kowalkowski out of the state of Michigan. Second, we will be in the courtroom of Judge Erane Washington, also out of the state of Michigan. And last but not least, we will be in the courtroom of Judge Lee out of the state of Kansas. All of these sovereign citizens on this channel have had some classic moments. You guys have chimed in tremendously on many of these cases. So we just wanted to do some throwback for you, some throwback moments for you. And also don't forget, there will be the bonus footage of the traffic stop at the end. With that being said, guys, there will be no commentary at the end. Chapters will be added. With that being said, guys, let's jump into this compilation.
Look for.
Okay. Were you on duty on May 24th, 2024 at approximately 9 p.m.?
I was.
What was the weather like at that time?
Weather that day was clear, and it was still light outside.
The road conditions?
Dry.
Okay. And you were on patrol at that time?
I was.
You were in a marked patrol car?
I was.
Where were you on patrol?
I was patrolling the downtown area near 11 Mile in Washington.
That's in the city of Royal Oak?
It is.
What happened at that time at those crossroads?
I was stopped at the 11 Mile and Washington light facing westbound. I had a green arrow, and a vehicle proceeded eastbound mile through a light, which gained my attention. That light was red for them, which drew my attention to that vehicle.
Okay, what type of vehicle was that?
I believe it was a black 2024 Ford Edge.
Is your vehicle equipped with a dash cam?
It,
Judge, at this time, I'd like to play that video from Officer Moran's dash cam.
okay.
Officer Moran, you can see that video that I pulled?
can. Yep.
Okay. Just playing that video now, Judge.
Okay.
Is that the video taken from your patrol car?
That is the vehicle for my patrol vehicle.
Does that fairly and accurately portray the events of the incident that led to the defendant being issued a civil infraction on that date and time?
It does.
Your Honor, I'd ask that that video be admitted into evidence.
All right. So admitted.
Officer, so what do you see on that video?
What I see, like I spoke to earlier, I was stopped at the 11 Mile at Washington light facing westbound. I got the green arrow to turn southbound on Washington when a vehicle proceeded eastbound through, obviously, the red light.
And then you pulled that vehicle over?
Yes, I immediately initiated a traffic stop.
And that was on 11 Mile in the city of Royal Oak?
It was, yep.
When you approached that vehicle, did you observe the driver of that vehicle?
I did.
Do you recognize the driver of that vehicle on this Zoom today?
I do.
object
What's your objection?
because I was traveling. I wasn't driving.
Okay, overruled. Go ahead. You can answer the question, Officer Moran.
Yes, I do see the defendant in the court today.
Your Honor, let the record reflect that Officer Moran has identified the defendant, Anthony Mathis.
The record will so reflect.
When you pulled the defendant over, did you have a conversation with him?
I did.
And in that conversation, did he admit to you that he had driven through the red light?
He did.
And ultimately, you issued him a ticket?
I did.
What was that ticket for that you had issued him?
I actually issued him an impeding traffic ticket.
Okay. But that's not what he actually did, correct?
No, that's not.
Why did you issue him an impeding traffic ticket?
Mr. Mathis at the time had a good driving record. He knew what he did. He told me he admitted to it, and he had a good attitude on the road. So I chose to go an impeding traffic ticket.
I object.
What's your objection?
I never admitted to anything. Did you guys pull that up? Did I admitted to something?
You'll have a chance
Not,
to,
then that's false.
Mr. Mathis, you'll have a chance. Your objection's overruled. This is his testimony from his memory. You'll have a chance to testify yourself and add any additional evidence here. So at this point, that is not a proper objection. It's overruled. Anything else to add there to that?
Just very briefly, Judge, what infraction did you actually observe?
I could have wrote him two infractions, either disobey traffic control device or disobey traffic signal.
And that's what he actually did, correct?
Correct.
Judge, I have nothing further at this time.
Now, Mr. Mathis, it's your opportunity to ask Officer Moran any questions that you feel are necessary. Now, I just want to instruct you. You'll have a chance to testify if you choose to in a moment. Right now, anything that you say should be in the form of a question directed at the officer. If you're going to start testifying, I'm going to have to interrupt you and redirect you. You'll have that chance in a moment. It's just to ask questions. So go ahead with any questions you have.
All right. Well, for the record, is there any injured party? Do we have a sworn affidavit or complaint from an injured party?
No, there's no injured party.
Okay, so we don't have any injured party. So Judge, you've been sworn in to uphold the Constitution, correct?
I'm not on the stand. I'm not answering any questions like that, Mr. Moran, or Mr. Mathis, excuse me.
So what type of court is this? Is this Admiralty Maritime Law?
Mr. Mathis, right now is your opportunity to ask Officer Moran any questions that you want to. If you're going to make some legal objections or something along those lines, you can do that in your closing. But right now, this moment in time is for you to ask Officer Moran any questions.
Okay, well, for the record, we don't have any injured parties, correct?
Judge, that's been asked and answered.
Sustained. He already answered that question.
Right, correct. I just wanted to make sure that we got that on the record. So if there's no injured party here, then why are we here? No,
Judge, I don't think that's an appropriate question for Officer Moran.
it should have been no type of charge.
Hang on, Mr. Mathis. When there's just like when you made an objection, we all waited for the court to make a ruling. That's what you need to do. So Mr. Klusny just made an objection that your question was actually more of a legal argument. I think that's what your objection was, Mr. Klusny, correct?
Yes, Judge, I don't believe there was a question directed to the officer.
So I'm sustaining that objection. And again, you can make those legal arguments or whatever the case is that you want to make at the end. Right now, it's just questions or not to Officer Moran. Anything else?
No, that's the only question that I have. If there's no injured party, he said no one was injured.
All right. So, Mr. Klusny, would you like to call any additional witnesses? I should ask you first, any redirect of Officer Moran?
Not at this time, Judge.
All right. Then any additional witnesses, Mr. Klusny?
No, Your Honor.
Mr. Mathis, will you be testifying or do you have any witnesses that you'd like to call on your behalf?
No, I don't.
All right. Mr. Klusny, then your closing statement.
Judge, based on the testimony of Officer Moran and the video, it's clear by a preponderance of evidence that the defendant committed the offense of disobeying a traffic signal. The authority for the stop comes from MCL 257.611 or 257.612. I believe that's for the traffic control device. The video in this case could not be more clear, Judge. You see Officer Moran is in the left turn lane. He gets a green arrow, and the defendant in his vehicle has a red light, drives right through the red light. If Officer Moran didn't stop, he would have hit the defendant's vehicle because he went right through the red light. It's rare that we have a video that is as clear as this, Judge. And the officer tried to give him a break by writing him for an impeding instead of what he actually did, which was disobeying a traffic signal. And I believe it's clear, based on the testimony in the video, that the defendant is responsible for that traffic offense of disobeying a traffic signal.
Repeat your change.
Yeah. Thank you.
You got the light?
Mr. Mathis, your closing argument?
Well, what I would like to say on the record is no one was injured. There's no injured parties. If you guys can't bring forth any injured party, then why are we still here? I need this to be dismissed, and the funds that was issued on the bond account needs to be reimbursed to me. Period. You guys don't have any injured party here. Based on the Constitution, the Sixth Amendment, if you guys can't bring forth the accuser, then this needs to be dismissed.
Anything else, Mr. Mathis?
Not at the moment.
All right. Was there a bond posted? I'm not quite sure what he's talking
Absolutely.
Judge, it looks like there was a $175 bond posted. Judge, I apologize. The file is here. I'm going to send the file into court.
Mr. Klusny, the amendment was to disobey a traffic signal, which is okay.
I apologize, Judge. The file coming into you.
That's all right. The amendment that the people made here was to disobey a traffic signal. Is that correct?
That's correct, Your Honor.
All right. The court's heard the testimony, the arguments of the parties, reviewed the video that was introduced as evidence. The video shows clearly the vehicle driven by Mr. Mathis to go through a red light, the traffic signal at 11 in Washington. The standard here at issue is preponderance. The video showed beyond any doubt, really, that that's what occurred. Also, there's testimony from Officer Moran that that Mr. Mathis did actually admit on the roadside that he had done what was alleged to have occurred here today. That testimony was uncontroverted by any other evidence that was introduced. With that, the court does find Mr. Mathis to be responsible for the amended charge of disobey a traffic signal. That's a $150 fine. Mr. Mathis has posted a $175 bond, so the court will apply the bond to the fine of $150. There's a $25 refund coming to Mr. Mathis, and that's all for today. All right, we're all set. Thank you, Mr. Klusny, Mr. Mathis, Officer Moran. You all have a good day.
Thank you, Judge.
Thank you, Judge. Thank you, Officer.
All right, the court will call the matter of the Township of Ypsilanti versus Shannon Phillips, 24W001656.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Assistant Public Defender Davi Lieb on behalf of Ms. Phillips. Your Honor, when I did speak to Ms. Phillips yesterday, she advised me that she did not want to be represented by the Public Defender's Office. Ms. Phillips, could you state your name, ma'am?
Ms. Phillips, please state your name.
Yes. Shannon Phillips, the natural woman. On the
Okay,
record and for the record, and let the record reflect. Can you guys hear me? It's saying I have an unstable connection. Okay. Just making sure.
On October 9th, defendant was found in contempt of court. So that still stands, ma'am. You can choose not to have counsel if you want, but you need to understand that you can get up to 90 days on the contempt of court matter. Do you understand that?
I do not understand any charges. I only understand universal law and the right to live in peace and to live as I intend to.
But given that she doesn't understand,
Was never let in, just like now. But I obviously, I guess it took a minute. You administering the trust without consent?
I'm not going to be.
I'm having a bad connection. It's going in and
I'm
out.
not
I'm
going to
not
be
hearing nothing you
releasing the
all are
public
saying.
defender's office from this case because I don't think she fully understands the consequences of her actions, and so she will continue to have the public defender.
I
Thank you,
don't need a public defender, Judge Washington.
Ma'am, I asked you a simple question and you did not answer the question in a way that makes me feel comfortable that you don't understand that you understand the laws of the state.
You all are speaking legalese. You all are speaking legalese. For me to say I understand the charges gives you all permission to administer the trust.
Okay.
I don't understand the charges.
Which is why you will not.
And I do not need counsel. I don't need representation.
Your request is denied, ma'am. You will have representation. All right. Mr. Lebo, do you know what your client wants to do?
Oh my goodness. This is
the charges?
You cannot make me have an attorney.
Well, actually, I can, ma'am.
Like, this is insane.
Well, I don't think it's me that's being insane.
I can handle my own affairs. I don't need your public defender. All I'm trying to do is get the case settled. That's all. This has been going on for so long. A waste of time and money, honestly.
Mr. Barnett, is there an offer?
There is an offer for the civil infraction and expired plate.
Your Honor, I'd be happy to go into a break-in with Ms. Phillips and explain that to her.
Right. I will let you do that.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
Traffic infractions are not a crime.
What will we call the matter of Ypsilanti Township versus Shannon Phillips, case number 24W001656.
Paul Barnett on behalf of the township.
Assistant Public Defender Davi Leba on behalf of Ms. Phillips. Ms. Phillips, could you unmute and state your name, ma'am?
You have to unmute, ma'am.
Shannon Phillips, the natural woman.
Lebo, where are we with this, please?
Your Honor, I did have a discussion with Ms. Phillips. I did attempt to explain the importance of representation, why the court has asked that she have an attorney in this matter, as well as conveyed Mr. Barnett's offer. Ms. Phillips indicated to me that she still opposes having an attorney. Additionally, indicated to me that she is not, at this time, wanting to accept the offer of an expired plate.
Well, I think the offer was for a civil infraction of something different.
I believe was the civil plate infraction.
Oh, I see. Okay. All right.
It's improper plate.
What was the offer again, Mr. Barnett?
It was the civil infraction of having an expired plate.
All right, thank you. And not the criminal, not the criminal infraction. Okay. So, Ms. Phillips, that's correct. You're rejecting that offer.
The offer of what? He didn't offer anything.
Ms. Phillips, he just told you that he's offering.
Am I not hearing something?
He just told you that he's offering you the civil infraction of expired plate as opposed to the criminal offense of expired plate. One carries
okay, but according to the Supreme Court, traffic infractions are not a crime. The People versus Battle. So what criminal infraction? And I would just like for the case to be dismissed. One, because your who was it, Officer Hannah, and 3 more officers were surrounding my vehicle, pulling my door handles, threatening to pull me out of my vehicle.
Ms. Phillips, I'm going to advise
I don't
you
even
not
have the
discuss this
vehicle
further.
anymore.
Ms. Phillips, I'll take that as a rejection of the offer.
Okay, so what's the offer? I didn't tell him anything.
Mr. Lebo.
Right, y'all just hate to hear the truth. Y'all just want to do what y'all want to do.
Ma'am, if you don't stop yelling out in court, you've already been held in contempt before. I'm going to hold you in contempt and give you 10 days in jail. Do you understand? Mr. Lebo, do you know what your client would want to do?
I do not, Your Honor. I did have a discussion with her, but she did not convey to me a desire to participate in that conversation.
All right. Then if she's not telling you, I will set it for a trial date.
Ms. Phillips, Your Honor, I would perhaps ask the court to consider a competency referral.
Nothing is wrong with me, you all. I am perfectly fine. I can handle my own affairs. Nothing is wrong with me.
I see you're doing so well so far. You're almost going to jail on a traffic offense.
And I do want to know that I did attempt to explain to Ms. Phillips why her understanding of the case law regarding traffic offenses was inaccurate, but that was not a productive conversation.
I could see why it wasn't productive. So I don't know that she meets the level of incompetence to the standard that you're indicating. That if you want a referral because you've talked to her and that's where you are, I will refer her for a competency. If she doesn't participate in that, then she'll be found in contempt or have to go to jail to get it done. So her behavior here today is obviously taking her down a very dark path. Hopefully she can change her mind and do something appropriate. So you either want to have a trial, ma'am, or you want to actually accept an offer. So those are your options.
We could take it to trial. We could take it to trial. We could take it to trial. We could take it to trial.
I heard you when you said it the second time.
Okay, well my screen is saying bad connection, so I'm not sure.
Your Honor, perhaps we could adjourn this pretrial and set trial, and I couldn't attempt to discuss with Ms. Phillips a little bit further in the interim time.
All right, because if she goes to trial and she's unsuccessful, it would be treated like any other criminal matter. So, ma'am, you do understand that you could get up to 90 days in the Washington County Jail, correct?
I hear you.
All right. Retrial will be adjourned to January 8th, 2025 at 10 o'clock a.m. I'm sorry, 9 a.m. Do you have her contact information so you can talk to her so she fully gets what's going on here?
I do, Your Honor, and I would just ask the court if the court could repeat the pretrial date.
I'm sorry, repeat it. January 8th at 9
Thank you, Your Honor.
a.m. Ms. Phillips, we'll see you back here on that date, ma'am.
Right. The next matter is State versus Isaiah Kervin, 24 TR 17. There's a name of Isaiah Kervin on the screen. Please turn on your monitor.
I'm here. Here.
Mr. Curvin, is the headgear you're wearing a religious item?
It's a cap. I'm outside. It was snowing out here. I'm in Oklahoma City. I'll take it off in a second. That's why I got my jackets on. Yeah, it's kind of cold outside. No problem. Yeah.
Thank you. All right. This is your first appearance. We were scheduled for an earlier date. Mr. Curvin did not appear at that time. A 30-day suspension letter was ordered to be sent. Mr. Curvin apparently contacted the clerk's office following at some point in intervening and requested hearing. So we're here today for first appearance. Mr. Curvin, you are charged with driving without a valid driver's license or no DL. That is a Class B non-person misdemeanor. A B misdemeanor is punishable up to 6 months in the county jail and a fine not to exceed $1,000. Not saying that's what the penalty will be. It's just what the maximum available under Kansas law. You have the right to a trial if you are subject to a jail sentence, or if that's a possibility, then if you wish to have an attorney but could not afford one, you could apply to the court. If you met the financial guidelines, then I would appoint an attorney to represent you. However, if a person is not facing a jail sentence, then they're not entitled to court-appointed counsel. We'll take that up as go further. Additionally, at a trial, you would have the right to be presumed not guilty. The state would have the burden of proof of beyond a reasonable doubt. You would have the right to cross-examine the state's witnesses. You have the right to call witnesses on your own behalf and to utilize the court subpoena power to make sure they attend. Additionally, you would have the right to testify or not testify as you see fit. If you chose not to testify, that could not be used against you in determining if you're guilty or not guilty. Do you understand your rights, sir?
I do. Yes, sir.
In a moment, I'm going to ask how you wish to proceed in regards to a plea. Right now, do you have a plan in regards to an attorney? Are you hiring an attorney, asking the court to appoint, representing yourself?
Represent myself, Your Honor.
Very well. Mr. Curvin, you looks like you're 33 years old. So absent some other compelling reason, you'd be able to represent yourself. If you wish to, I'm going to ask what your plea is. If you wish to have a trial, if you wish to, I don't know if you qualify for a diversion, if you wish to try to get the case resolved either through counsel or yourself with the county attorney's office, any of those things, then your plea should be not guilty. If you choose to plead guilty, then we would proceed to sentencing. I would hear from both parties in a pronounced sentence. If you plead no contest, that is then if the state were to present what we refer to as a proffer, a person who's pleading no contest are not challenging the charge, but they're not pleading guilty per se. If there's a proffer that supports the facts that would result in a guilty verdict, then that person would be found guilty and we'd proceed to sentencing in the same manner as I described before. With those things in mind, how do you wish to plead? Guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
Are we on the record?
Yes.
So on the record before I make a plea, I'd like to simply state that I do not understand the nature and cause of the action in regard of the elements of my personal jurisdiction, the venue, and the nature cause of action until the prosecution has properly alleged that for me, and therefore I'm not able to enter a plea until then. I'd like to know if it's going to be if I'm going to be tried under common law, or is it going to be under maritime law?
Can you speak up a little bit? It's difficult to hear you.
I got my headphones on. Did you hear what I said, or just what part did you need to?
I heard part of what you said. So
Okay. I was saying for the record, I did not simply understand nature and cause of action brought against me, with regards of the elements of our personal jurisdiction, and also the nature cause of action until the jurisdiction, the prosecution has let me know what they're going to try me underneath, so I can let you know what I'm going to make my plea. I'm not really sure if it's under common law or is it maritime amity law. So I can know how to defend myself, and then I can enter my plea.
Have you filed a motion for discovery in this case?
I filed in my I put a special appearance in affidavit in about a week ago.
Well, there's something that's listed as correspondence in the court file. I'm looking at it now. It's not an official pleading. Neither does it state that you've requested information from the state that we would refer to as discovery.
You didn't receive. I emailed. I actually faxed the special appearance. Did you receive it?
There's a document that looks like it is served or before a notary in Oklahoma that reflects what appears to be your signature and says respondent beneficiary of the named defendant constitutional rights / benefits.
It should
Is
be
that
like
the document you're referring to?
Yeah, I think is it just only one they went through? Because there's like 4 pages, 4 or 5, a few pages that went through, not just one.
There's a 1-page document.
There's only one. It's supposed to be more. I faxed the more over there. It was supposed to be like 4 pages.
It's 1 page. Where it begins is at the top. It says the Supreme Court said in U.S. versus Mirsky.
Yeah, I have a copy right here with me. I think you're just referring to the last page, and I sent like 4 pages of them. I think I got it notarized at the end of it, and I think the notary already sent the last page to you, but it was supposed to be 4 more pages to go with that. And that was the special appearance.
All right. Are you entering a plea of guilty, not guilty, or no contest?
I cannot enter a plea at the moment because I'm not sure what I'm going to be tried under. What jurisdiction am I going to be tried under? I do not understand the nature of the cause of action brought up yesterday.
Well, I've explained what you're charged with.
Yes.
I'm going to put you down as a plea of not guilty and set this matter for trial. If you wish to
because my special appearance didn't make it. I need to resend that as well. How can I reset it so I can have a chance to resend my special appearance because it didn't make it into. I guess you only had the last copy of it. There's more pages that you didn't receive. I need to enter that in beforehand. How can I reset it so I can do that? I have time to do that. I can do it today, and we can reset it for this same time next week if that's okay with you.
I'm going to go ahead and set this for trial. You can, if you have pretrial motions that you'd like to address, they need to be properly filed.
Okay.
Sometimes if people are representing themselves, they're still held to the same standard as an attorney would be.
Yes, sir.
And sometimes people don't have the experience to do that correctly. So there's an advantage to having an attorney. But I'm going to set aside 2 hours for bench trial.
I'd like to be tried by jury if that's okay. If I'm going to be separate trial, if it has to be separate trial.
Have you made a written request for trial by jury?
I have not. This is my first appearance today.
If you're seeking to have a jury trial, then you're going to need to file a written motion in that regard.
Okay.
Again, pursuant to Kansas law, there are restrictions in that regard. When we set a jury trial, I generally have a pretrial date that we have. You will be required to be here at Elk County to conduct that hearing. If you have pretrial motions that you're wishing to have heard, we typically would do that in advance at a pretrial. I'm going to set a pretrial date at this time. It'll give you an opportunity to place your written motion for request for jury trial. We will set that hearing for, Sarah, can you give us a date within 30 days?
How long would you like for the pretrial, sir?
Anytime is fine before the 17th.
An hour.
Next 1 hour. Okay.
Miss Gillette, on the 17th, do you have very much scheduled with Satterfield for your half day?
Can I do another day besides the 17th? I can't make that day. I have something on that day. Is there like maybe like the 15th or maybe after the 17th? That's the one day I cannot make.
We could do the morning of May 1st at 9 a.m.
Okay.
So May 1st at 9 a.m. That will be in person at the Elk County Courthouse in Howard, Kansas. You'll need to appear at that time. You'll need to have your pretrial motions filed, including your request for a jury trial. At that time, if everything's in order, we'll set a trial. Counsel, anything further?
Not on Mr. Curvin, Judge.
Mr. Curvin, anything further today?
No, Judge.
Very well. With that, we are adjourned.
Vista, 8 George Charles Henry 137. Hi, I'm Brian Cowan, Reading Police Department. The reason I stopped you is you're going about 60 miles an hour on Pacelli as you passed me. Can I see your license, registration, and insurance, please?
I'm not in the process of conducting business.
Okay, we're not going to play that game, sir. So if you don't want to identify yourself, I'm just going to place you under arrest and tow your vehicle. Okay?
I'm traveling right now.
Yeah, we're not going to do that. Okay? So I need to see your ID, and I need to see the registration and insurance on your vehicle, okay? And you're a grown adult, so you're going to make an adult decision right now. Okay? So that's up to you. What do you want to do? Okay, you're going to be placed under arrest. Step out of the vehicle. Out of the vehicle.
Hey, bro.
Edward 47. I'll take a 1025.
Don't. Trying. Hemophilia, bro. Ow, that hurts.
Don't.
Let me get out.
Don't. Get out right now. Undo your seatbelt. Undo your seatbelt and get out.
I'm traveling, sir.
Undo your seatbelt.
I'm not
get
conducting
out
business
of the
right
vehicle.
now.
You are under arrest.
I'm not conducting
Get
business.
out of your vehicle. Out of your vehicle. Undo your seatbelt. Do you understand me? Do you understand me? Undo your seatbelt and step out of the vehicle.
Ryan, dude.
Okay?
10-8, call me 85 Edward 47. I think I'm closer.
Undo your seatbelt and get out of
Man.
Undo your seatbelt and get out of the vehicle.
Break my arm.
I'm not going to break your arm. I don't want to. I want you to get out of the vehicle. Do you not want to get your seatbelt off first? Why don't you just get your seatbelt off and we'll do this?
Breaking my arm, bro.
No.
God damn it, dude. I'm not
You're under
conducting
arrest.
business.
You're under arrest.
I'm not conducting business.
You're under arrest. Okay?
No, for what? Show me the magistrate.
Yeah, that's where we're going to go. You don't want to identify yourself, so we're going to do that. Okay? You don't get to do this, sir.
You don't either, bro. You don't get to go in my car and me out and break my arm.
I'm asking you to step out.
I'm asking you to let go of my arm.
I'm not going to do that.
I can't reach my seatbelt.
You can do it with your right arm.
No, I can't.
You can do it with your right arm. So as soon as the other officer gets here, we're going to pull you out and put you in handcuffs, okay?
Right. For traveling, dude.
Yep.
I'm not in the process of conducting business.
47. I'll take another unit.
Get off me, dude! What the is your problem?
Don't.
Get the off me!
Stop.
Get off me, dude!
Stop.
Stop! No!
Stop.
God damn it, dude! What the
Resisting
what
me.
the
Stop.
not do
You're
this
under-
is over that, dude!
Stop.
What the no, dude! You're attacking me, dude!
Stop.
No! Dude! You stop! Get the dude! God damn it, dude!
Stop.
No! You
Stop.
you up!
You're not going anywhere.
I'm not arrested!
You're under arrest.
For what?
You're under
You
arrest.
caught me speeding. Give me a ticket so
Stop
I'll be on my
resisting
way.
me. Stop.
I got you.
Stop.
What are you guys doing, dude?
You're under arrest.
Smash my head.
Stop resisting.
And put me under arrest and magistrate.
You are under arrest.
Got it?
Yeah. Here, let's get this arm. Okay.
Stop.
You're good, bro. Stop.
I'm burning my face.
All right. Got it? No, it's on my short. This one's not
Face is
locked in.
burning.
I got you.
I'm traveling.
Thanks. Now. Nope. My car.
Look straight. No knives on you. I'm traveling right now.
You're traveling to jail right now.
Not in the process of conducting business right now. Take me to see the magistrate, please.
Sit down. Feet in.
Do you have any sanitizer stuff? Wipes?
I don't know if I have any wipes.
Start grabbing witness.
All right, thanks. Do you still need some hand sanitizer?
Yeah, if you have some.
Yeah.
Thanks. Yeah, like.
Yep. Cool beans.
Yeah, I saw you. I was driving this way and this guy said, "Hey, he needs help," so I pulled over and. Oh well.
Huh.
So, yeah, I'm glad I could help.
Yeah, me too. I'm Brian.
My You good?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Okay.
No, I got it. I just need you have his ID and stuff, this guy's?
Yep. Let me run it real quick and we'll do it over.
What's his name?
Frederick Phillips.
How long were you struggling for with them?
Oh, just actually right when you pulled up is because I had him in a twist lock.
Yeah.
And I was just holding there waiting for another unit.
Yeah.
And Then he kept trying to pull away, and he tried trying to reach in undo his car, undo his keys, and then he just went crazy.
Yeah.
So good times.
Good.
Yeah. He's a constitutionalist, so he'll have time to take care of that in jail. Cool. If you want to just write his name down.
Yeah, what's your name, brother?
Or actually, I just didn't have I left all my paper and stuff up.
Yeah, I got it.
No, let me, I'll do it so we don't have to all do subs and stuff. Oh, yeah. Cool.
Well, 2 until 8, I'll do stuff. I gotta work on statements.
Okay, cool. Cool. What's that? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. Okay. What's that, sir? Okay, yeah, your car's gonna get towed.
So, really nothing.
What's going on? Well, actually, hold on.
You good?
Yeah, I'm good. I got citizens stopping to help, you know? That's how desperate I looked.
How are you?
Trying to get him out of the car. What was the guy doing?
Yeah, you.
So what do you need?
I need to be see the magistrate and show.
Yeah, you're gonna go to jail.
Show my victim. Where's my victim right now?
Me.
I'm just traveling.
Yeah, you're traveling to jail.
I'm not in the process of conducting business.
Perfect.
I'm a private American.
Okay, cool. Anything else? You're under arrest.
I'm ready to see the judge.
Yeah, whenever the jail gets you over to the jail or to the judge, absolutely.
I'll be able to see him right now.
Perfect. Thanks, good one.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
All right.
Thanks, brother.
Yep, no problem.
I'm not threatening you. Say one more word, and that's 30 days. 30 days.